And when you catch yourself not being there?
Oh, of course, and that happens often. But now I have my one decision. I have these principles. I can just orient back. So, whoa, I was really checked out there for a period of time. Or,
Yeah.
oh, this is really dissatisfying. Oh, no wonder I haven't engaged fully. Or I'm blaming someone, or complaining about something, or justifying, or defending myself, or rationalizing. All those things that get me lost. And when I come back to being responsible for my experience, that I am the creator of my life, of this moment, and that brings me power and much more fulfillment in the moment.
Right, so what happens when people actually take this on and make that one decision?
It's really interesting when people really commit to their one decision and then use that to guide their smaller decisions every day. It shows up in amazing ways. Like, for example, there's one woman I worked with, and she had been overweight, and she had been on diet since she was like 10. She tried every diet, every letter of the alphabet, and celebrity diets, to everything. And she'd lose weight, but she always gained it back.
And more.
And more, and more. And it kept happening. And she's like, oh my gosh. And finally she said, that's it, I'm not going to diet anymore. It's not working. And then she came to my one decision training. And in that training, she made her one decision. And for her, it was that she was going to respect herself and treat herself as a beloved child of God. She was a spiritual woman, and that's what she chose. And it was very interesting. She left the training and she went back to her life the next day, and she started to go to the refrigerator and just start stuffing food down her mouth. She said, wait a minute, if I really loved someone, if I really respected them, I wouldn't say, here, take all these leftovers and stuff them down your face. That was not a way that I would treat someone that I loved and that it was beloved, and I need to treat myself differently. And she took the food and put it on a little placemat and put music on and lit a candle, and she ate it much slower, didn't eat as much as she might have, and she said, oh, that's interesting. And she found that her meals were getting more conscious because she was treating herself with more love. And without dieting, the weight's starting to come off. But not only that, that same one decision then started to leak everywhere. At work, she started to treat herself with more respect. She expected to be treated that way with other people. She saw herself as more valuable. She was offering more of her gifts at work. She was telling her boss more what her vision was for herself. She ended up getting 2 promotions very quickly. So she's making more money now, and she's lost weight. And then she's also using this to guide her in a relationship with her friends, and she's getting closer and more intimate, and her walls are coming down. She's dating differently now. She's being more genuine. She's expecting to be treated more respectfully and with more love and care by the men she was dating, higher quality men she's drawing into her life. And all of this is happening. So this one decision, she's losing weight, more fulfilled, more money at work, better people around her, and it's still guiding her. It's that kind of result, and it looks like magic. It's really not. There's work to it that happens, but it really starts to pervade all areas of your life. And that's what's so satisfying about it.
That's so juicy.
That's a good way to put it.
Do you have other little stories?
I was thinking about another couple that, oh my gosh, this man, this woman, they were so beautiful. They looked like, we called them Barbie and Ken. She was just this gorgeous, statuesque blonde, and he was this really handsome, muscular, smart fellow. And they got married, and they just, were on this little journey. But what happened is that they were kind of filling their lives with lots of stuff. There was a lot of money there, and they were buying tons of things and buying gadgets, and she's decorating the house and buying and spending all her time shopping for things for the house, and all these kind of, and TVs a lot, and all these soft addictions started creeping into their lives. And it got to a point where they were growing farther and farther and farther apart from one another. And he went down to for a business trip in Mexico, and he was starting to flirt with the idea of, maybe I could have like another woman on the side down here. And he started to think thoughts that were taking him very far away. And he realized then that something was wrong, and that wasn't the dreams he had had for himself. And he came back, and he did one of my trainings, and on that training he woke up and he made his one decision. And he realized that he had this long history of addictions in his background, and alcoholic parents and people that filled their life with things that didn't matter. And he says, it stops here. It stops in this generation.
Yeah.
I'm not living this way anymore. And he started letting go of his gadget addiction, and his wife started letting go of her shopping addiction. And they started to open up more fully and really get to know who each other was. And the changes in their life have been amazing because now they're real and they're very deeply connected, heart to heart. They still have some lovely things around them, but that's not what's important anymore.
Yeah.
And now they've got 2 little girls that are just, oh, they're so beautiful. And they're raising their children without television, without sugar, without things that are kind of unnatural for their lifestyle now. And they're so well adjusted, and he's gone into his own business now because he has more confidence. She's gone back to school and gotten her master's degree, and she's now coaching other couples to have what they're having. And they were at the brink of divorce, and now not only do they have that intimacy, their family's closer. They're so much healthier in all different ways, and they're so attractive, but a different kind of attraction now. It really is just such a delight to be around.
Coming from the inside.
It's coming from the inside out, and before it was just on the outside.
Because I heard you also train, actually, people that do your programs can then train other people, right?
Yes, in fact, they're one of the couples that are both doing that. They're now leading couples groups because they've done all this couples training, and they're leading other couples now.
Isn't that great?
They're leading family workshops together, and she's become now a coach, a life coach. He's doing executive coaching from all the skills that he's been learning, and then now they're spreading it all the way.
Because you have to step up also your game. Like if you step it up in one area, you have to...
You have to step it up everywhere. And part of our philosophy is that you have to really teach something to really learn it. You have to offer it to other people before you really realize what it is that you have. So it's a mutual model. We're all learning and growing together. I am too. They're giving me feedback, and I can see things, and I'm always growing, and my husband and our relationship continually growing, and you take it in and you give it back, and you keep that circulation going. It's really satisfying.
So who is your source, your mentor?
Oh,
you have a mentor. I'm sure you have a few mentors and coach.
I think in many ways I've had a really blessed experiences of meeting lots of spiritual teachers all over the world who've been very kind to me and taken an interest in me and contributed to me. And I read everything, so I take that in. But in many ways, it's been really learning as a woman, to really learn to listen to the counsel of my own heart. And that's what it's always been, where I'm very inspired, and I've learned from so many people, and I'm so thankful. And it's also for me to look inside and to trust the urgings of my own heart has been one of my biggest guides. And I think my husband, Bob, is one of my most magnificent mentors, because he's an amazingly dedicated man who's continually on his path, who believes in me just deeply and passionately, and sees a bigger vision for me beyond things I could ever have seen for myself. So he's my hero in life in so many ways. It's really just, I'm so blessed to be able to share life with him.
Wow, it's so good to hear. So men can handle successful,
oh my gosh, yes.
passionate women? Because I'm still wondering personally.
No, it's really true. It's really true. A really secure man who's continually growing. It delights him the more, if any success I have or something happened, he's so proud of me. And he's the one who saw me writing. He's the one who saw me public speaking. He saw me doing media, and he encouraged me and pushed me out there, and I resisted him, and I wasn't always nice about it, but his belief in me really helped me blossom, and hopefully I'm give that back to him as well. But yes, secure, growing, magnificent men really need a match. They need a secure, growing woman, and then the two grow together.
What a beautiful vision. Thank you,
Judith.
Thank you. Thank you. This was my Juicy Life with Judith Wright. Don't forget to check judithwright.com and also my Juicy Life. Stay tuned.